it's Hailey. Welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be showing you all the products that I really regret buying. I really wish I didn't spend the money on them. They aren't really worth all the hype that some of them are talked about. So if you'd like to see this video of all the products that I regret buying, then please keep watching. Okay, so to start this video off on products that I regret buying, we're going to start off with this Maybelline Baby Skin Primer. It looks like this. The reason why that I regret buying this is because it at first reminded me of the Benefit Professional, and I thought that this would be a really good drugstore dupe. It looks like this. It looks like a silicone consistency. Also, don't mind my nails. I need to get them refilled. But as you can tell, it really doesn't look like anything until you put it on your skin. But what I noticed and why I regret buying it is it just starts to get like really gross. I'm not sure if you can see that, but it just starts to like get flaky and it doesn't really seep into your skin and it just feels like pure silicone on your face. So when you try to apply foundation and concealer, it just smears it all over. It doesn't really let it sink in or moisturize the skin right before your foundation or concealer. Next one is going to be this Smashbox Primer as well. This one is definitely silicone based, and I actually realized that I'm either allergic to silicone products or something, but my skin really breaks out after using these. So it also has that same type of silicone look, and then when you blend it out, it's just almost the exact same as the baby skin one. It just really has nothing to it. I have heard a lot of hype about this certain primer and a lot of people like it, but I personally am just not a fan. It's not really worth the money. Luckily, I got the travel size of this, so I didn't have to spend a lot of money on it, but it just didn't work out for me, so I don't really recommend buying that one. I also have to show you this NYX Hd Studio Primer, and it looks like this. At first I thought this would be really good just because it says HD and you would think that it would make your skin look super like glowy, also maybe matte, like right in the middle, just to make it look perfect for photos. And what it looks like at first is it looks like this white type of base, and it's just too thick of a primer. Like, do you see that? Like, there is so much. I mean, I did put a pretty big dot on the back of my hand, but it just never seeps into the skin. It's just too much, and it almost looks blue and white. It doesn't even look like a primer that would go into your skin. So that's not really one that I would recommend. It is a drugstore brand, so if you get it, it's not terrible if it doesn't work out for you, but it just never seeps into the skin like how I'd want a primer to. So also, if you'd like to see a video of products that I've been loving recently, please give this video a thumbs up, and I will definitely do that for you as well. Next, for products that I regret buying, I have this Loreal True Match foundation, and it looks like this. I got it in the shade W3 Nude Beige. A lot of people like this foundation. I personally don't. It's just maybe I got the wrong shade, but it just doesn't have enough. Ooh, I spilled way too much on the back of my hand. Luckily, I don't like it, so it doesn't really matter because I was going to throw it away anyways. But anyways, back to what I was saying, is this foundation has gotten a lot of hype, and I'm just not sure why. Like, they say that it's a medium to full coverage foundation, and to me, it just seems like it doesn't stay on all day. Like, it's not one of those, like, if you have to go to work in the morning and you want to party at night type of foundations, unless you really just put a lot on, but then you can get really cakey face with that, and I don't really want to do that to my skin. So that product, I don't know, I might have to just retry it in a different shade, maybe with a different primer that I didn't use correctly with it, but I personally just don't like that foundation. Sorry, I'm just wiping my hands off since I put so much of that on my hand. Next, I am showing you this Rimmel Stay Matte Foundation. This one I wasn't really a fan of. I just thought since it was drugstore, might as well try it out. The problem that I have with this one, as you can see when it first comes out of the tube, is that it almost looks, if I can even get it out, it looks like mousse. Like, do you see that? Like, it just doesn't look like a foundation. Like, I'm so used to something so liquid like this one, that when I see this, it just looks like pure, like, gunk. Like, it just doesn't, I mean, look at that. Look how thick that foundation is. Like, it reminds me of the Kat Von D one, which is maybe why I have an issue with it. Like, I barely put anything on the back of my hand, which, I mean, is good for a foundation, but it's just too much. So if you're not looking for something that is so cakey, definitely do not go with the Rimmel Stay Matte. I got it in the shade 100 Ivory, and it's confusing to me because it says lightweight on it, and to me that is one heavy heavy foundation. So definitely would not recommend that one, even though it's not too expensive. I think is around $5 or $6, but don't waste your money on it. Next, I'm going to jump into concealers. This first one is by e.l.f. and it looks like this. It's in super cute packaging for e.l.f. since e.l.f. is very inexpensive, and it has a doe foot applicator on it, which is really great. For concealer, you would think that you put it like under your eye and on any imperfections. And yeah, so the reason why I don't like this one is because it's just too thin of a consistency for a concealer. So if you see when I put it on the back of my hand here, it's just not thick enough to really hide those imperfections. What I noticed with this one is throughout the day, and maybe it was just my powder that I had put on top of it, but throughout the day when I would put it on any zits or even under my eyes, it was just caused a lot of creasing. And then on any imperfections, it's like the powder just like soaked it all up, and then you just got all these dry patches. And I do have dry skin, so I try to moisturize before everything, but it just didn't want to stick to my face all day. It just made all these cracks and everything in my face. So I wouldn't really recommend buying this one. Next, I'm going to be talking about this Maybelline Master Concealer, and personally this one also got a lot of hype on YouTube. Everybody really liked this one. They said that it was comparable to the MAC Pro Longwear. I don't see where they got that from, but that's just my opinion. It is a pretty thick concealer, I will say, so you would think that it would be really nice. It looks like this. It might work for like imperfections just because of how heavy it is, but you can also get cake face. So definitely be careful when it comes to concealer when you're putting that on the imperfections, because you don't want it to soak up the powder and then have it just be really dry and patchy. So I wouldn't really recommend this one. When I did use it underneath my eyes, since it is so thick, it did leave a lot of creasing. Even though I baked with powder, I did everything I possibly could, and it still just did not work out for me. So this one does not work, in my opinion. Next, I'm going to be talking about this Maybelline Green Concealer, and I thought that this would be really good for covering up redness right before your foundation and everything. Don't mind this, it's super messy. But yeah, this one definitely is green, let me tell you. And it's so green that it left my face green even though I had my foundation on and I try to blend it out as best as I can. It just does not blend out, as you can see. Like, it literally just stays green. Like, you would think that it would just seep into your skin and like just discolor all the redness. No, it just stays on top, and it does not work at all, and I just don't like that. So I definitely would not recommend this. This one isn't as expensive, once again, since it's Maybelline and it's cheaper drugstore, but definitely not worth your money. Next, I'm going to be talking about this NYX Eyeshadow Base, and it looks like this. I have it in the shade 03. I think it's just like the natural one. I think this is supposed to be comparable to the MAC Painterly paint pot, or one of those paint pots right before your eyeshadow. The consistency with this, let's see if I can get some out. What I noticed with this one is it's really thick and it seems like it would work really well. That's what it looks like on the skin. But once you like kind of rub it in, it kind of like fades to nothing, which is good for an eyeshadow base. But also you kind of still want to have some on top, so then your eyeshadow will have something to stick to, so it'll last all day. So like with the MAC Painterly paint pots, those ones like cover up all your veins and all that stuff. This just kind of goes into your eyelid and then it's gone. And then when you try to put eyeshadow on, it just doesn't work. It doesn't stick all day, and it just creases with my eyelid lines, so it just doesn't work in my favor. So this one I definitely would not recommend to pick up. Maybe try a different type of eyeshadow base like the MAC Painterly paint pot. Next, I'm going to be talking about this NYX Concealer. It's the Above and Beyond Full Coverage Concealer. And of course, when any girl hears this full coverage concealer, everybody's like, oh my gosh, I need to get my hands on that. Well, let me tell you, I do not recommend this concealer. I don't know if it's because it's too full coverage to where it gets you cakey once again, which I definitely would not like. This is it on the back of my hand right here. It looks like that. I have it in the shade 04 Beige, by the way, if you're wondering. And it's just way too thick of a concealer. Like, it's just not going into my skin. It's just too much. And I noticed that once again it would just give me a cake face. Maybe I was applying it wrong, I don't know. I'll have to give these products another try one day when I just don't care what my makeup looks like, if I'm just staying home. But right now I'm just not a fan of this concealer. Next, I'm also going to be talking about this Photo Finish Primer Water by Smashbox. It looks like this right here. And what's really great is it does have the spray on top, so it makes it super easy, you would think, to like spray over your face for a primer instead of using like one of these primers right here where you actually have to like rub it in and everything. This one actually I think broke me out, and I'm not sure if it's just Smashbox products. Sorry, I can't talk right now. Smashbox products that are breaking me out. I'm not sure if something in their chemicals of makeup or anything like that have to do with it, but yeah, I guess I'm just trying to stay away from Smashbox now since it really irritated my skin. But what you're supposed to do with this is just spray it all over your face, leave it for about 5 minutes, and then put on your foundation, concealer, and go in with your routine. But this one did get a lot of hype. I do see Casey Holmes use this a lot, and she absolutely loves it, so I guess it just depends on your skin type and what you're looking for with the primer. Next, I'm going to be talking about this MAC Mineralized SkinFinish Natural, and the box look like that. The box is super cute. Like, I love their packaging, and I love MAC products, but this one just didn't work out for me. So this is the Mineralized SkinFinish in the shade Light Plus. It looks like this. So it looks like a really good powder, but I noticed that this particular powder, it just doesn't really do much to my skin. Like, it just seems like it soaks up all my foundation and concealer, and once again it makes my face look super dry, even though it's not because I moisturized and everything. And then I noticed that I think since it's so like nothing to it, but it makes my skin dry, that it just makes acne and pimples pop up everywhere on my face. So if you don't want that, I definitely do not recommend getting this Mineralized Skin Finish in the shade Light Plus, or maybe just any of the shades. It just depends on your skin type. Also, next I'm going to be talking about this Revolution London Makeup Highlighter. It's actually a baked highlighter powder in the shade Vivid. And this you can get at Ulta. Excuse me if you can hear my dog. I just got a dog 3 days ago. He's super cute. He's a Doberman, but he's barking, so don't mind him. But anyways, this is what it looks like. I did hit pan on it, and the only reason why I hit pan on it is because I was literally grinding my makeup brush to get this product out to use as a highlighter. Let me just do a swatch for you on the back of my hand. Another thing that I had a problem with this highlighter is that it looks like it shows up, right? Like, as you can see right here, you can just see it like glistening on my hand. But it does not compare to like any of the Becca highlighters that I have or any other brands. It just doesn't compare at all. And then throughout the day, it's like you have it on first thing and it's like, ooh, I'm all glowy and shiny and blah, 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 blah. But then when you look at your face at the end of the day or even midday, it's like gone. It's like your highlighter just vanished and you're like, where did it go? Like, I just don't understand where my highlighter went. Like, I thought I was glowing and gleaming, and right now I have the Becca, I think it's Moonstone or Opal, I'm not too sure on. But anyways, yeah, it just, dropping everything. It just does not stay on your face long enough to be a highlighter. So I was like, nope, throw this away. Like, don't need that in my life. I need a glow and pop and highlighter. You know what I mean? So yeah, anyways, I'm now going to be showing you this Maybelline The Falsies Push Up Drama Mascara. And it looks like this. I don't know if you can really see it. I'll have all these products too that I regret buying listed down in the description box so you know what not to buy at the store. At least the ones that I don't like to buy or will never repurchase because they don't work. Anyways, the wand looks like this. And at first you would think that the wand would work out super great because it's like very like duo fibery. It just looks like it would be a really good mascara. But to tell you the truth, this mascara is so wet when you put it on. Like, it's not like one of those dry ones where it like separates your lashes and it just looks all pretty. It literally makes your eyelashes look like you just put water and mascara on them at the same time. Like, if you started crying with this on, like, you'd have no more mascara on. Like, it would be completely all over your face and it would just be disgusting. Like, I just do not recommend this mascara whatsoever. A lot of people do like it though, like Amy Rose Walker, but I just do not like this one. So that one I'm not going to repurchase. Next eye product is this Duo Lash Glue, and for the longest time I wanted to like this lash glue so badly because every day I put on false lashes, or like every other day when I actually want to do my makeup, and I was trying to figure out why my eyes were getting so irritated, and I knew that it might be like this lash glue, but my left eye just kept getting so itchy and irritated every time I put on false lashes with this glue, and I was like, what is going on? Like, I cannot figure this out. So I finally stopped using this lash glue and I actually turned to the House of Lashes one, and oh my goodness, I figured out that this is the thing that was bothering my eyes so badly. So I would not recommend this Duo Lash Glue if you can tell that your eyes are getting super irritated, and maybe switch over to the House of Lashes one, because this one, I don't know if there's chemicals in it, but I've heard that like Jaclyn Hill and other people just cannot use this one because their eyes are so irritated. People, my dog keeps barking and it's driving me insane. Like, can you just shush? We've only had you for 3 days. And it's weird because we've never heard him bark. And of course, when I film a video, he has to bark. Like, I don't understand. But anyways, next I'm going to be talking about this Sephora, what is it? Perfecting and Smoothing Eye Primer. And it looks like this. Now, at first, I normally like all the Sephora brand stuff, like foundation, eyeshadows, all those things. But to be honest, this eye primer, it won't even come out of the tube. Oh, there it goes. Okay, so it looks like this, and it's white. And you would think that it would really work, right? Because it's Sephora, and you just think that other products would work. But no, it literally fades to nothing. Nothing. I put it right here, and it fades to nothing. I want my eyeshadow to stick to my eye. I don't want it just to, like, go nowhere or not even show up on my eye, right? I mean, you definitely want an eyeshadow primer that's almost tacky, like the MAC Pro, the MAC Painterly Paint Pot or Soft Ochre or any of those. That'll make your eyeshadow stick. This thing is a piece of crap, and I will not repurchase it. It's like silicone based, just like these other things that I just cannot stand. Like, it just doesn't work. It makes my eyeshadow crease throughout the day. Don't buy them. Don't buy them. Don't waste your time. Don't waste your money. Don't do it. Just don't. Next, I'm going to be talking about this Makeup Forever eyeshadow palette. And I actually created it on my own. Like, it's one of these like little packaging things, and you get to put whatever eyeshadow you want in it. So I was like, ooh, like, look at all these pretty shadows. Let me pick out 3. I picked out these ones. I don't exactly remember their numbers, but if I can pop them out, I'll list them down below so you don't purchase them because I don't like them. And another thing that I noticed and was super excited about is these eyeshadows are flipping massive. They are huge. I mean, look at them. Like, oh my goodness. These are huge, but they were not worth the money. So let me show you why. At first, you're going to think on my hand like, ooh, these eyeshadows look so pigmented. They just look so pretty. My dog will not stop barking. This is going to drive me insane. Okay, so look at all those on my hand, right? Like, they just look really pigmented, like, ooh, pretty. Do you know how many times it took me to swatch them to just get that pigmented? I was literally, like, rubbing my finger into this palette. You should not have to do that with a very pigmented eyeshadow, especially with Makeup Forever. Like, come on. Like, I do like some of your other products, but this was so expensive. This whole trio, excuse me, must have cost me like $40 or $45, maybe even $50. I don't even remember. But this whole thing, and you're barely like gonna show up when I like swipe it. Like, come on, like, I don't have time for that. Oh, I just dented the eyeshadow. But yeah, no, I wouldn't really recommend these eyeshadows. Maybe it's just the ones that I got, but I just would not recommend these eyeshadows at all. Just wipe off my hand here. Anyways, next I'm going to be showing you this Milani eyeshadow. And it is in the shade 30 Bella Diamond, and it looks like this. And I love Milani things, like, don't get me wrong, but I can't even open it. This packaging is so hard to open. So it looks like this right here, and it does look like it's pigmented at first. Like, when you put it on, it's like, oh my gosh, like, this is so pretty. You could probably use it as a highlighter. Don't do it. Do not do this. Do not pay this Milani eyeshadow. I have a couple other ones and it works, but this particular color will just fade. It just vanishes off your eyelid, and you're like, well, what happened to my pretty shimmery white eyeshadow that I had on this morning? It's gone within like an hour. Why I bought this, I don't know. I just wanted to try it out because the other shades work. This one, don't waste your money on, please. So next I'm going to be talking about this Maybelline So Pearly lipstick right here. It's in the shade 725, and it's in a super cute pink champagne type of packaging with the silver rim, which I also really love. But the problem that I have with this one is you would think that it would be like a pinky nude, right? Because, like, look how pretty that looks, right? Like, it just looks so, like, very cute, everyday type of a lipstick. No, don't buy this. Don't waste your money on it, because look when I'm trying to put it on the back of my hand. Like, what? What is that? That doesn't even show up. Like, I don't understand. This thing was like $7 or $8 and you're not even going to show up on my hand. It looks like a chapstick. did I pay for a chapstick? No, I tried to pay for a lipstick and I got this like weird looking chapstick. Like, that's not what I wanted. Alright everyone, thank you so much for watching this video on all the products that I regret buying recently. I also have accumulated these for the past year, actually maybe not, maybe like the past couple months that I purchased them. So if you want to see all the products that I regret buying, please look at this description box down below, and those are all the products that I suggest you don't waste your money on. You can if you want to, just to test them out like I did, but I promise you, you're gonna regret it. Anyways, thanks so much for watching. Please hit the subscribe button down below. Also give this video a thumbs up if you like this video, and also if you want to see a video of products that I've been enjoying recently, and I hope to see you all in my next video. Bye!